Good afternoon, dear friends. Today, we will be able to see the heavenly space from the point of view of the original source, where heavenly harbor will appear before our eyes as it is, and not as we show their home, the gods themselves. So let's imagine the heavens of heaven as a layer cake, where on each level, different forms of life live. In the Eastern tradition, refer to the 7 heavens, although there are 8, but we will begin the study of nature, in order. In remote times, when gods, not yet ruled the world and people, the vital energy of the primary source, flowed into all corners of the universe of thin and dense worlds. All lived according to a single law, which reflected, above all, the integrity of nature and its elements, through magic. On Earth, people were blessed with life itself, as they could see and feel the finer structure of living space, connecting into one whole, the material and etheric worlds. If today, in our time, we are not able to see the astral world and its inhabitants, in ancient times, man did not have this barrier. So in the past, humans could communicate with elves and dwarves. Of course, each race had their own territory, but the least, between the human and the subtle world was an obvious connection. In the film The Lord of the Rings, we are just immersed in a time when the pages of history before us opens the world of mutual relations of those beings who lived on Earth. The author of this film was able to dive so deeply that he described the ancient way of life in many details, when we have no doubt that this is fiction. Of course, the main characters of the film are fictional characters, although in fact, they reflected the ancient world, which was based on the foundation of magic. The author does not mention the gods or the creator, because he saw the era of existence, when the gods did not appear on the world stage. Of course, it is very difficult for believers to accept such information because of religious beliefs, which are expressed through various theological concepts. But all the more so, if you want to gain new knowledge that opens up the universe in an expanded version of being, you need to also expand your heart so that you can explore the living space not in a stripped-down version of any theological treatise, but as it is, to see the epochal development of the human race before the appearance of the gods. On the other hand, in our modern world there was a film about Harry Potter, where we are faced with magic almost in our days. How many souls have been won by this film? Millions of hearts, trembling with bated breath, waited for the next series of the film to plunge into the world of magic again. If and Rossi, mostly Harry Potter adopted only children. On European content, the film produced stunning impression, and on adults. Is it possible to divide people in relation to magic when adult persons treat magic as fiction, except for children? Of course not. Since magic has no age limit. Magic has existed since ancient times, when people from small to great used magical knowledge in practice in their daily lives. As an artist and a fantasist, a believer and a spiritual person, I opened my heart to magic when this world was always with me in my childhood. Since I'm an adult, homegrown laughed at almost everyone when I watched, without looking up, movies, The Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. The new film Fantastic Creatures and Where They Live also opens the door to the world of magic, whereby people, there are various magical animals, friends, as there is the world gods and spirits, so there is the world magic, in which live only the magical beings. And as I have been in God's heaven, seen angels and the Lord, so I have entered the world of magic and had fellowship with beautiful beings. If you don't believe in God, you will not be able to see the world. If you reject the world magic, you not will come on heart of watch the film pro Harry Potter. Our modern books or films only reflect the reality that exists beyond our faith or disbelief. If you are willing to advance your heart in the realm of magic, I will help you and extend a hand that should come in contact with my hand. And in this contact, you will be able not only to receive speculative knowledge, but also in practice to possess magical information and apply it in everyday life. Dear friend, I am a true magician, a man who once opened his heart to the world of magic. I do not regret that my life from religious mysteries, expanded to the magical perception of life, where I became a full-fledged man of the universe. Yes, I call myself the new or cosmic man, in reference to Adam's servile nature. In my heart and soul, in spirit and will, two very important aspects of the universe have joined. It is spiritual and magical, heavenly and earthly, when two great forces dance in one waltz, and we have no right to divide them among ourselves, for they are all one in that heart which attains perfection. When both forces came together in a brutal war, magic lost and the gods appeared on the world stage. The world has changed, antiquity has been forgotten and erased in the memory of people. But with the advent of life itself, that is, the primary source, everything fell into place when we understand what was before us and what came after. Add to friends, write, we will communicate, ask your questions, invite me to your sites and blogs, taking into account the fact that I am a Russian-speaking person. Until next time friends, and with you, as always was, Malik.